they was they were young. They showed up at 12:45 ish, and when I seen them, they looking at me crazy. I'm looking at them like, well, where's everybody else? Then they came in with their shoes on. I gave them a moment. I let them get to about the staircase, and then I asked, "Do you guys have booties?" And they said, "Oh no, we don't have any booties, but we can make something work." They go out to the car, get like garbage bags, and then they some tape, and they were gonna strap that around their feet, I guess. And then they said, "You know what? We'll just take off our shoes." At that moment, I knew it wasn't no painting done. I knew they were not painting barefoot in any sense of the term. So then they I hear him down there, or when he came in, he was like, "Oh yeah, the house looks bigger than in the pictures, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh okay," but I thought that was kind of weird because they have the measurements. Like the man had that special tool, remember?
Right.
So he had that special tool to give them the exact measurements of everything down to the walls. So I thought that was weird. And then, so then I went up to my office. Me and Chip was working from in there, and I told him like, if you need anything, I can still hear you. Just call me or whatever. They didn't really say much, but I can hear them down there talking to each other. Man, I don't think we got enough tape. Then the other guy says, no, we definitely don't have enough tape. We definitely don't have enough tape for this. We're gonna have to buy some tape. Okay, where we gonna get some tape from? Okay.
They were gonna have to go buy it.
Yes. And so then the guy said, I'm gonna go call the project manager. I'll be back. So I hear him leave. Then he comes back in. Then when he comes back in, he says, man, that alarm is loud. It's like a speaker throughout the whole house. I was thinking to myself, exactly. That's what it's made. That's what it's made for. It is a speaker throughout the whole house. So then they're down there talking about the tape. So then he was like, yeah, he's gonna order some tape from the Sherman Williams. He got it some on order for us. We can go pick it up. He was like, how many boxes do you think I need? I told him 3. He said, 3? That's not going to get the job done. We need 4 boxes, 5 boxes of tape. So the other guy, they're going back and forth about tape for like 30 minutes. But they were down there taping, and he moved all the furniture inside and then put it all back after he taped it, so that was nice. But that's all they did was tape. And then I heard them scuffling around at one point, asking about talking to each other. And the other guy was like, "Well, I'm going to put this yellow tape here, like on the staircase." Did you notice, like when you came up the stairs, there was a different color tape?
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm going to put this yellow tape here since we don't have enough green tape." He was like, people are going to think you're an idiot. If somebody comes in and sees this yellow tape, they're going to be like, why is this yellow tape here? He was like, I'll be here for the whole job. I can just explain it. The entire day was fixated on tape. That's all they talked about.
The kind of tape?
Okay, what kind of tape we're going to get? This tape is yellow. We need green. Okay, we got blue, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh. But it must be like, in painter's world, it must be like significantly color coordinated in that way. Like, I don't know. So I'm looking forward to them coming back tomorrow and redeeming themselves. They were very young. I thought it was going to be a huge undertaking for 2 people, because my expectations as the assistant project manager was they was gonna come in today, get everything taped, get the floors, put that brown paper stuff on the floors, do all the prep work. That's all I thought they was gonna do today.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I thought that they would actually start rolling, because you don't want the paint to dry out and all this, that, and the other. But they do have, did you look in the garage at their tools? So at one point he had everything set up in the dining room. And I didn't know what he meant. He said, it's okay if I set up in the dining room. And I said, sure. Then I looked around the corner. The dining room had paint, all kinds of, and I said, oh, I didn't know that's what you meant. I thought they meant like set up for the day. I said, we're under the impression that you guys are going to be in the garage. Like that's where they told us you guys are going to be working out of. He was like, oh, that's okay. He was like, I can move it out to the garage. So he moved everything into the garage. I mean, they were nice young men. It's just, they walked in, they looked up. They looking at me, I'm looking at them. All right, what y'all about to do? They had it all over their face, like, what the fuck? This is, like, two of us aren't going to be able to do this. Then they were like, okay, so we're painting everything. I'm like, yeah, we're painting everything down here on the first floor. They was like, even up there, like pointing towards the atrium in the front hall. Yes, up there too. I said, okay, we gotta get some backup.
Right. That's why we hired you.
Right, we could have did that.
Oh my God.
So tomorrow, if they don't show up with at least 3 people, I'm gonna call the office. But this is not they need to have 4 people here to get this done within a timely manner.
Well, part of it is, I don't think you said it would take 4 to 5 days.
Right.
So you were supposed to start Monday.
Right.
You didn't start Monday. You were supposed to start Tuesday. You didn't start Tuesday. So now 4 to 5 days is Thanksgiving's on Thursday.
Yeah, they're pushing us. That's why I want to maintain a positive outlook and stay polite.
Yeah.
And when they come tomorrow, they have to show up here with 4 people.
At 8 or 8:30, or did
Right.
they say when they were coming back?
8:30. That's what he said. I don't know why they keep giving themselves this 30-minute buffer.
Right.
Like just be here at 8 or whatever, but
Or at 8:30. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just come at that time.
just come at whatever time you pick. You can come at 9 if you are gonna get here at 9.
But don't say
and
8,
work
8:30
till
and say, oh, we'll be
6.
here at 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think they probably just need to get their bearings and
Right. They said they had somebody call off sick and this, that, and the other. So we'll get it figured out. Oh, Bookie. Chip not feeling good. But you so handsome. Which I appreciate. Because that's what we need.
you look at that, Chris?
Did I look at it? Like, did I open it? Where are you going?
Oh.
I know he was eating in here.
Oh, I gotta take that. Oh, pretty good.
That's good. So this is, I'm not going to show you guys exactly what color we got. Oh, shoot. But give you all an update of, technically this is day 2. Can you see the color? I don't think you can see the color. And they got everything. Chip is not very confident in coming down. Is he still up there?
Come on, baby boy. Come here, baby boy. Come here, baby.
Dining room, taped. Then they taped all in here. Oh, they didn't even tape, well, that makes sense, there's wood floors in there. Kitchen, taped, it's probably pretty dark. Fireplace taped. They might need to put, it is overlapped, but I guess that's fine.
Whew.
Looks like we're in the construction zone, don't it? It is kind of cool. So she said that they were going to, tomorrow's prime day. They prime, let the primer dry, then fill the holes. Which I thought was very interesting as well, because I thought, why wouldn't you fill the holes first? But I'm not the professionals, so we're gonna let them do their job. And I'm not gonna do the Virgo thing and second guess them every.
Look like that. There's a lot of floor.
It is a lot. That's why I was like, why is it only 2 of you here yesterday?
Man. You know how much I would hate to do what they just did?
Every square inch. And look how, do you see this on the edge? They don't just take it and run it the whole way. They only run it like a few feet. Cut it off. A few feet. Cut it off.
I would hate this. And should we tell them they can play music or something? Like, they just sit here.
No, they don't. They was talking to each other the whole time.
Okay.
And then that one guy has his headphones in and he's listening to some kind of podcast, they said.
Okay. Podcast. Because it was like eerily quiet. I'm like, you gotta, like, if I do this for, no, it's not 8 hours. If I, how many hours?
8 hours. 8 hours.
5 hours? 4 hours?
They're not doing it for it. They're not doing it for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I'll check back in with y'all tomorrow tomorrow we will have primer on the walls. Ain't that right, boo? Primer on the walls tomorrow. That's what's happening. And I'll check back in with y'all then. And yeah, we'll be on, this is day 2 of the paint project. Tomorrow we'll be on day 3. Said that she could come, but so that means I gotta formally invite her?
Yeah.
No.
They feel more welcome. There's a host of the most. You gotta get ready for that road, girl.
I'm already doing the road. That's why I don't understand. Like it's 2022. I said that she could come, and I'm pretty sure that Mama is going to be.
No, because you being the owner of the house, it feel better if the owner calls.
Oh my God.
You don't feel like they're imposing.
It feel like an invite if you got an invite to me.
Well, what's one of the things you gotta, well, you gotta do what you wanna do. I can do it out there.
Okay. Well,
We got our patio done.
oh, it's finished.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Do you like it?
We gotta wait another week. Then we put the barbecue pit on. Far as the cement work and everything is already done.
You gotta wait another week before they do what?
Before you put the barbecue pit, and that kind of
Oh,
thing back on
okay.
it. Let it seal a little more.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that way it don't, I'm talking to my granddaddy.
What are you talking to? The husband of yours?
Right, he came in here, asking a whole bunch of questions about who I'm talking to, what I'm doing, why his food not ready.
Well, he's supposed to ask why his food ain't ready.
What did you say?
Told me a long time ago. Hey, look, I gotta cook for my husband.
Oh, you know what she does? Anytime she comes in the kitchen, she's got to call somebody.
He called
Let
me.
them know that she's cooking.
He called me. I didn't call him.
I didn't know she was switching in the kitchen because I never would have interrupted your meal because now you gotta retrain her.
I think
How many of these brush you want?
just 2 should be fine, or 3, whatever.
You know she'll forget how to do it.
Oh, you've got her totally distracted. You don't know what's going on.
Had a little bit of a spill, but these are going to be very good tonight. Let's see that chicken, baby. those seasonings really did stick. Perfect.
Looks very good.
Looks very good. Let's get this plated up. You like a lot of green beans.
Yeah.
I do too. I didn't cook the whole bag though.
You did not?
What you think, baby?
Looking good.
Oh, you went and got a coffee? Oh, thank you so much. Did you go in the dining room or the living room? It's nuts, yeah. And this is just primer. I'm feeling good about it. Yeah. How was your workout? You look handsome.
I got a big compliment.
You got a big compliment from who?
Person that's I like that. Hoodie. She said,
Yeah. Look at you styling and profiling.
come on, Chip.
What's in that bag?
Stuff to hang stuff in the basement. See if it works.
Okay. I can't help myself. Not the big pink. Diamonds and cosmos. Oof, they moving. They are moving. Oh my God. How pretty is this? Oh my God. I don't think I gotta do that. Oh my God. This is crazy. That's gonna be so good. Ooh, that's coming down. I'm not gonna make me do it. I'm actually kind of grotesque amount of dust up there. Look. Let me get back to my where I'm supposed to be at. Oh my God, it looks so good. So excited. What you doing, baby?
Othello on the beat.
That way, okay, you're set, you're ready to go type deal, you can get your tree up and it shouldn't be a problem. So we would concentrate on this area first and foremost. At least you get it done by, you know, say Sunday, if we're just through that day out there.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get our decorations done then, or I don't know if you took next week off, or we wanna work on it on Monday. Think about that too, so I can make sure our guys are, and we are on the same page as you.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I was just curious. Like, how would we do that? Like around y'all? And how dry would the paint be in order to do something like that?
If it's just the tree, you should have absolutely no problem with anything.
Okay.
It's the only time you gotta worry about it is if anything's touching the walls. Especially think about if one of the tree branches was, just
Grazing
sitting
it.
against the wall or grazing it. It might not do anything, but it also might stick to it.
Right.
Then, as long as it's just pulled away from the wall, that's all you'd really have to worry about.
Okay.
So yeah, I will get back to you. I gotta make sure, I know what's going on, prioritize for me, and let me know what day you were thinking about at least getting the tree up, and we'll go from there.
Just off the top of my head, probably Tuesday. So I would like
Tuesday
to
you
be
would do
able,
the tree?
Yeah.
Okay,
To be able to give you guys as much clearance as possible.
okay, no,
Right.
Tuesday would actually, that would be more beneficial for us, so
Okay. That way you guys aren't trying to maneuver around it, or we don't have any accidents, cause it comes out into here. It's a pretty big daddy.
So you got a tall one too, so it's got the
Yeah.
lighter base too, oh yeah.
So I think from a safety standpoint, maybe we just don't even do it till Tuesday. So if this area were done,
Okay,
kinda like first, that way it would be dry the most.
okay, that's not a problem.
And then, really the family is all in this whole area here.
I actually haven't been over here yet, so.
Oh yeah, so
I'll
this
take a
is the
look.
dining room over here. And currently we have our pantry completely cleared out.
Okay,
So I still need to wipe down the pantry shelves myself, so I had them, or I asked if we could focus on these outer rooms today. And I wanna wipe down the pantry tonight when you guys leave. And then we need that's pretty street painting as well, so that's
Okay.
right in here. And we have dinner in here, so we gotta get that stuff out.
this is where you have your Thanksgiving dinner, is in the
Yeah.
dining room, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, just to wipe out the shelves, we'll make this a priority, so it can be dry enough to get
Put
stuff back in there.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually when you're setting stuff on top of paint, even if paint really doesn't fully cure for a little bit of time,
Okay.
you might have areas where, heavier cans and stuff on here might stick a little bit, would be the only thing I would be concerned about with this area.
So how long, cause we could make a pivot and take all that stuff down to the basement. So
Mhm.
how long would you say we should wait until we put something on top of this?
I would like to say probably about a week to be safe, unfortunately.
Okay, so we're not using this then?
I probably,
Okay.
if it was my house, I probably wouldn't use it for a while,
Okay,
just to make sure that nothing is sticking. Cause you don't wanna pay
Right.
for all that and then, oh man, come on.
okay,
So,
no problem. So we'll
yeah.
make a pivot and take all that stuff to the basement then.
Okay.
Okay, so that's gonna be out of commission. Okay. I think that's really, okay. I think that's really all the questions I have for right now.
I had something to add actually.
Oh, yeah,
We talked about the shutters on the windows in the office and the front door, by the front door. We're not painting them. 'cause
no, we're not
they're
painting shutters.
Vinyl, but unless we're cutting around them, they're.
Let's all go take a look at them and see what we think the best solution is for that.
Cause I was thinking taking them off.
Front door.
Now, the plantation shutters are always rough.
Yeah, these ones are different than the ones in the office. I didn't really look at these ones. These we can probably just cut.
Well, here's the thing with these, Victoria, if you wanna take a look here too. This whole frame on the inside
Mm-hmm.
is actually all part of the plantation shutter itself. It comes as one piece. If you feel the texture difference, you'll feel how super smooth it is,
Right.
and it's the same as the shutters themselves. So what we can do is paint like this inside edge here coming down and not hit this at all, so it's consistent with the shutter. I have trouble with lights. I don't know how big of a color difference is. Actually, if you look in here, in this little crack, you see that line right there? And then it stops right, is that a shadow? Nope, that's a shadow. See what yeah, because it's a shadow off of there. But we would paint this here on my glasses edge here and leave this inside part of the plantation shutter itself.
That makes sense.
So you see that, Emily?
So the shutter itself won't be touched at all.
Yeah, the shutter.
What you think, Charles?
I was surprised to see those windows taped up today because they hadn't did it yet. You got a potty?
Oh!
Woo! Dang, one of those back legs was up. But they got everything taped up. My stomach kind of hurts. What did I eat today? Honey, we could have did this. What I'm saying is, listen, baby.
Listen.
If we could get through getting the floors, this is what I was worried about, was getting the floors protected. And this took them a long ass fucking time.
Right. It took them a day. I don't
2
have the
days.
patience for this stuff. Look at it. They were just taping to tape.
No, they weren't. This is like a real seam. Like, you're walking on this with shoes. Like, this is strong on the ground. They had this thing double, triple reinforced.
Right.
If we could have got through this to get that done, we could have painted this room by ourselves. That living room with those ceilings, maybe not. This we could have did. I know that for sure.
Yeah, once it's done, because we were doing it all the same, but I don't want to do it.
That's why you pay people. You pay people for the convenience because you don't want to do it.
I think we painted the correct rooms.
Yep.
These are rooms that people are going to see. The bonus room is a bonus room.
We did a fine job. We did a real good job painting that.
Right, so I think that was the correct room to paint, because I think they would have charged us by the square foot in there, and that's like 700 square feet or something. So that probably would have cost more than the living room and this room combined.
Which is crazy to think.
And really, there are only 3 windows in that room too. Could you imagine going around? I mean, again, we're not. Yeah. And I'm glad they're doing the windows too, because I think it would look weird.
Because it's not the same color.
It's not the same color,
No.
so that's very good that they're doing that. It would have looked weird.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good we did that.
Somebody started over here and said, I ain't fucking
Nope,
with it.
yep. They put a little mark there and said, no, I'm out.
That was for that nail that was in the wall.
It's a
I
note?
like to talk to them about on that window.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know, look at it.
I think they need to go back in and do some sanding, and I don't want to see any bumps or ridges. I want it to be smooth to the touch and eye.
Let me not be here for that.
Oh, the walk one?
Yeah. I don't think I should be here. I mean, I should be here. I'm not saying that. But you know, that's not that bad. So
Exactly.
You guys tried your best.
No, fuck your best. Fuck a try.
You guys did what you could.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it right.
Hey, I appreciate you guys really just trying. It's good.
Right. Go back upstairs and take a nap. I realized I shouldn't have said that. It was the middle of the damn day.
You told him I was taking a
I
nap?
said,
I thought I just looked like I had been sleeping. I was
No.
like, that's pretty ballsy to say. I didn't mean to wake you up. I was like, man.
just like when you thought that man said, what's all the chatter about? Hello?
We were just talking, jeez. What's all chatter about? Just to do the lights in this room.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad we did it ourselves.
You know what it cost us?
I don't know, but you know what I do want to know? I want to get on this ladder and get this dust.
Go ahead and get up there.
Okay, it's ended the day. I feel like I was doing better before at actually like updating y'all on like just in the blog aspect of everything. So I just wanted to make sure I actually got on here and said like what day it is. It's Thursday, November 17th. Today is the third day. The third day that we've had the painters here. And the reason why it took me, a little extra time to think about what day it was that they were here is because let me be nice. The first day they were supposed to be here was on Monday, and they canceled. The second day they showed up 3 hours late. They were supposed to be here 8 to 8:30. They showed up at like 12:40, and they didn't have enough tape. Like I could hear them downstairs talking about like how they didn't have enough tape. And then after that, on the second day, which was Wednesday that they were here, they on the first day they showed up with only 2 people. And we were told that there were going to be 4 to maybe 5 people here to do the job, and that's why they were going to be able to get it done so quickly. Because I would have never went into us getting the house painted so close to Christmas so close to Thanksgiving. I have like Vlogmas, I have Christmas on the brain. I would have never gotten the house painted so close to Thanksgiving if I would have known that we were running into this potential problem. Because right now it's Thursday. Can y'all see that? It's Thursday, November 17th. Thanksgiving is what, 7 days? Oh, it's Thursday. Thanksgiving is a week from now. Like literally Thanksgiving is a week from now. So, and I've showed you guys like how much of the house is painted. So what we decided to do was they're not going to focus on anything upstairs besides that hallway because we can't have the downstairs like this really light, well you see the color now, this really light white cream color, and then have the stairwell this up here like green. Like that would be crazy. So I'm like, you know what, just don't focus on any of the bedrooms. Let's do the downstairs. Like in my family, or most Black families, it's a tradition to have the Christmas tree up on Thanksgiving. Like you have your Christmas tree up for Thanksgiving dinner. Even though it's Thanksgiving, like that's when you have your tree up. And I just don't know if I'm going to have time to put ours up this year for Thanksgiving. So that makes me kind of nervous. I'm rambling. That makes me kind of nervous, but that's why we're only focusing on the downstairs right now. They did get a lot more done today, so that is encouraging because they got all of that primed. So we didn't have any paint on the walls until today. Yesterday they spent the whole time like getting the floors prepped, which I'm very thankful and appreciative of, because I wanted to make sure our floors were, you know, like going to be in good condition and not potentially ruined with paint, because we have these, you know, like nice wood floors. So that's nice. But then there was a moment, I just been going through a roller coaster today of emotions. And I've been trying to like film you guys, like take you guys around with me on my phone. So that way I can be like a little bit more discreet and I just don't have like a camera in their face. And you know, that can be really off-putting. So I've been like trying to secretly record on my phone. So I did get like a little bit of footage today, then my phone died, but you will see it prior to this. So I got like a little bit of footage that way. And I'm just, the moral of the story is I'm nervous. I picked a different color for downstairs than I did upstairs, and I picked a different color. I picked a little bit of a few shades darker, and I'm looking around right now at this room. I picked a few shades darker because I'm having a problem where this is first world problems. I'm completely aware of that. The woods outside are reflecting on the walls. And in the fall, in the wintertime, it's fine because it's not so harsh. But in the spring and the summer, when everything is in full bloom, it makes the inside look green because that green forest is reflecting off the walls. Now, I knew that prior to picking white, and I thought I had picked, like, the sheen I have is matte. So I thought with the sheen and the color combo that we picked before, that wasn't gonna be like so harsh and so big of a deal, but it still is. And so that's why I went with a darker color downstairs. But now seeing that darker color downstairs up against that primer, I'm a little nervous about it. I'm going to lean on the faith of God Almighty and say that it's going to be good, it's going to be okay, because they're here. They've started putting the paint up. There's buckets and gallons and gallons and gallons of paint downstairs, so they got to use it. But it's still nerve-wracking. But it just has to go right. And I'm doing all this right before I'm about to have like 30 people in my house for Thanksgiving. So the timing of it just isn't great. And then I talked to them about like doing the Christmas tree, putting the Christmas tree up. How would that have any effect on anything? They're like, okay, well, you do need to be careful. You don't want to have like the bristles actually up against the wall because the paint doesn't actually, it might look dry, it might feel dry to the touch. But you know, like just like if you go get your nails painted and you be doing too much and you be rushing and you try to get out the salon early or do whatever and it feels dry, but don't smudge it, don't touch it with the key or the car door or something else because now it's ruined or you got a dent in it. And we didn't pay these people all that money to do that. Other thing, the windows, some of the windows in the house have like these shutters on them, which honestly, personally, I actually don't really care for. There's one shutter that's in my beauty room that's really pretty. And the shutters that are on the front door are pretty, but the rest of them, we could actually toss them. I don't particularly like the way they look, but I'm not going to get rid of all these shutters. Like, that's crazy. So there's another problem where the shutters like are permanently fixtured to the wall, the shutters are permanently fixtured to the window, so there's some parts where the painters actually can't get inside. So now what we're gonna do is in the office downstairs, we're gonna paint the whole thing the color that I picked, and then we're not gonna paint the windows, like the outside seal, or inside where the shutter is, because we're also getting all the windows painted. We're not gonna paint it, we're gonna leave it alone, we're gonna see what it looks like. If it turns out well, then we will move forward with that in different areas of the house. If it does not turn out well, then I'll be able to make a second decision on like what I want to do about the windows. So that's just like one thing after another, and I had a really honest conversation with my spouse today. Just like the paint color and everything makes me a little nervous because like when you walk into a house, like with a couple, like this might sound sexist or gender role oriented or whatever the people are calling it these days. But when you walk into a house and you see that's either decorated well and that you like it or that you don't like it, don't nobody look at the man and be like, ugh, you picked a terrible paint color, or ugh, I don't like what you did with X, Y, Z. Not to say that I'm doing anything for anybody else's gaze, because it's all for me. But I'm doing it to my taste and to my liking, because everybody told me I was crazy for putting white paint on the walls. Everybody said, you're crazy for getting a white couch. Everybody said, you can't have the whole house white. What about when you have kids and blah, 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 blah. Listen, there's soap and water that you can wash the paint off, wash the whatever happens to the wall if it gets scuffed. Get some soap and water. They got magic erasers. They got paint that you keep on deck for touch-ups. like, yeah, like stuff happens, but having a clean slate on the walls is gonna allow me to be able to do so much more with other accent pieces and ideas that I have. So that's why I wanted it white. That's why I wanted a white couch. Everybody thought I was crazy for buying. From our house, you just take that cushion. What is it called? Krypton fabric. That's the name of it. It's Krypton fabric, so it's not supposed to stain as bad. It don't really have. It got some stains on it, but it don't really have like really bad stains on it. So the Krypton fabric is supposed to allow you to be able to, what's it called? Where you, let's say you have some red wine. I would not try this on my own couch, but you know, this is what it's supposed to do. Let's say you have some red wine and then you take it and you pour it out and it's supposed to like bubble up and then like roll off the couch because of the Krypton like fabric or whatever that last coat is that they have on it. But anyway, child. So everybody told me like I was crazy for, you know, wanting all this stuff and for doing it that way because it's not livable. Like, I want it to look nice. It's gonna be livable, it's gonna be fine, but I also want it to look good. So that's where we are with things. Tomorrow will be day 4. Tomorrow will be day 4 of them being here. We keep being promised that there's gonna be like 4 or 5 people working on our job. They haven't touched the kitchen at all. So whoever these other 2 or 3 people are that are lingering around out there, they must be like their crew that they really, how do I want to say? They must be like more of the experts. Like I feel